Good morning, everybody. This is Amanda
David.
and David. We are husband and wife, and we own our own lawn care business called Trimming Edge Lawn Care. And we thought we would start off by doing like a day-to-day type thing. And if we come up with tips and tricks, we'd like to share it with you. Let us know what you think. You have anything?
Well, I guess that's it. Formerly known as DNA Show.
Because he had a radio station.
Yeah, you can check that out in the history on our website, trimmingedge.com. Describes all the history of what we've done over the years and the new adventures coming up. So we're heading to the first job now, so we will see you on the next round.
Yeah, one of 13 jobs today. Wish us luck.
Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, so we finished our first of many jobs today. We got quite a few out there. Now, I noticed a few things, and I don't know about in your neck of the woods, but anyways, around here, say midsummer, late to midsummer, we're kind of like a little past midsummer right now, but last week of July, early August, which is where we are right now, the leaves start changing and falling on certain trees. Now I've noticed, I think they're like crabapple trees that start dropping their leaves early. I picked up quite a few leaves on the back of the mower just since this last job. So I haven't seen the main trees changing yet, but the crabapple trees have already started dropping their leaves, and they started changing last week, which was the last week of July. Don't know what time you're watching the video at, but right now we're on August 5th, so we're the 5th of August. So we'll head out to the next job and see you on the flip side. And welcome back to the flip side. And we just finished the Minty Fresh chicken guy, and
And why do you call him that?
well, they got chickens on a Minty Fresh property.
Yeah, right next to each other. So when I weed whack, I smell the stinkiness from chickens, turn the corner, and I smell mint.
Anyways, so we call it the Minty Fresh chicken property. We are now heading, that wraps up all the jobs we have in Westfield, so we're going to be heading to Huntington to another bush trimming job.
And mowing.
And mowing, so we've already done one bush trimming job. We got slammed with bush jobs this week, so why? It seems like we've already done a couple of them. The last time we did this property, we needed a ladder, so we got a new extended pole trimmer this time, so we're gonna try that and see if that works out where we don't need a ladder to get to the top of them. Hopefully they didn't grow as tall as they were the first time we did it earlier this season, but
Yeah.
then I guess we've done 10?
We've done 10 if you include the one other bush
The
trimming.
other bush
So
trimmers.
between me and David, we contradict ourselves. I go based on how many locations. He goes by each thing that we do. So I say we did 9 jobs, 9 locations, but it was technically 10 jobs, and he counts as at 10. So
Anyways, the way it shows up in our system is, based on how many jobs you have, not how many stops you have. So, anyways, it's hard to determine. So we sometimes you can have more than one job per stop. But, anyways, we'll get you some photos and some videos of some of the jobs we've done, so you can see that. And then if you have any questions, just throw them our way. Until then, see you next time.
here we go at the bush trimming job that we told you about. Let's see if this pole extension works.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Kind of a
And we didn't bring the ladder.
yeah, we get it.
As long as they have enough battery life.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the other problem. I really don't like this thing, but it's the only one I could find with the extended pole like this.
Well, doesn't it extend higher?
It does. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on this video, and we've tried this trimmer out on a couple of properties now. It's pretty terrible. It doesn't really work too well. The only thing, it was the only one I could find at the time that had an extra long pole, and we needed it for doing the condos, for trimming the arborvitaes. Now the arborvitaes, they're over 12 feet tall, and this here reached almost to the top of them. It was able to trim what we needed to trim, and get some of the branches. Now we didn't want to get too big chunks coming down, so it doesn't cut very thick branches. But we didn't for the condo. You don't really want really big branches coming down on your head when you're trimming them. So it was good for that. This job, it was terrible. We went back to our other trimmer to complete this job. So just as I was recording that last video, I got somebody yelled at me saying Taplin was here to pick up the machine for repair. We had called them last week because of the issue with the lap bar. They showed up as I was recording that last video to pick up the machine, so I got interrupted. And anyways, here's a video of them picking up the machine. So during this week of jobs that we had, we took a trip up to Maine. We try to get up there at least one day a year, but this has been like 4 years since we've been to get up there. So I got a couple snippets of video and some photos of our trip up to Maine. So we like to go up to the Gunquit, Moody Beach area. And we're not beach bums, so we don't like to sit on the beach, but we do like to get our seafood. We'd like to go to Scoop Deck and get our ice cream and just enjoy the area. It's a nice tourist area. We used to belong to a campground up there, and we used to spend 2-3 weeks at a time up there in the summertime. But since we've been doing lawn care, it's been really difficult to get up there and even take the time off during the summer. So now we have winter vacations, and what do we do in the winter time?
Nothing. Try to relax.
Try to relax, and she works on some pet care pet. Now she's going to be getting into her pet grooming, but that was our trip up to Maine. Now we're back to work. That was a quick trip. Good morning. I think it's still morning. Anyways, yeah, still morning. Not sure about where you're watching from, but a new day. New property. So this one here, we've actually been on this property before. We were here for a spring or a fall cleanup, not sure which one, but we're back for a mowing. So you can take a look around and see. This one has not yet been done. I don't think it's been done at all this year. But when we were here before for the cleanup, we weren't able to get our machines in the back, but what we did is we used them for just the backpack blowers, which we're not going to do right now. So this one was for mowing, and this is where we get to the back. You can take a look at this gate here. This is the gate to the back, actually where they wanted us to mow back there. However, our machine will not fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up mowing the front, whacking the back. Now, a lot of people probably wonder why we don't do like a 15-inch push mower. There's a lot of reasons why we don't do that, and I'll come over here. Now, the backyard is a pretty decent size, so having the 15-inch push mower on a property like this, let me see that, is kind of, it's not economical to do. Let's give you a sneak peek in the back here. So it's a pretty decent sized backyard. And this here, we would not be able to get our mower, which this is what we're using today. This is the medium size one that we have. We have 3 different sizes, and he's the medium one. So as far as what we do, if we were to use a push mower and mow this with a push mower, we typically charge by the hour per man hour. So for instance, if we have 3 people, it'll be a higher price per hour than if we have 2 people. And to have a 15-inch push mower just to get through a gate like this, either the client's going to be like, well, I'm not paying that much for you pushing that little machine around, or if they do accept it and it takes us X amount of time to push that around the backyard, we just wouldn't be able to get enough properties done per day to make that worthwhile. So that's one of the reasons why we don't do that. So today what we're going to do is we're going to just trim the back.
Correction, I'm going to trim the back.
Amanda's going to be trimming the back, and we'll get this cleaned up here in the front, and that did want leaves done, but that's for another day, another job, but that's not part of the mowing what we're doing today. So anyways, let's get started, and we'll show you what's going to happen. Have a good one. So there you have it. That didn't come out too bad. You can see there's a few tall things that didn't cut, but you know, their stems are too thick, so you have to either pull those or get them with a weed whacker. But overall, it you know, didn't come out too bad, especially for how you know, this, where right now, this is today is August 11th, and this is the first time this summer it has been cut. Now, majority of this is crabgrass, so regular grass, of course, would have been a lot worse, but it's a weedy lawn, so that's why it didn't grow so much. Anyway, we're gonna go and get the back cleaned up, pull some of these weeds, and we'll be out here. So, just getting this driveway blown off, and we'll be wrapping up. Lunch break. Oh.
My favorite time of the day.
Mm-hmm. One of the times that we stop and have our lunch, and we're not in an area today where we can stop at a Subway, so here we are. Here you have one of our commercial properties that we have here is the YMCA. We take care of one of their camps. This is one of their athletic fields. Now they have, don't know why, but you know, the kids that come here, they leave all kinds of stuff, towels, phone chargers, sneakers, bathing suits, all sorts of stuff. Also, they don't pick up a lot of the stuff that they leave in the field. So it's one of the things you got to look for on a job like this when you're unfamiliar. We tend to mow this one pretty high, so we don't hit things like tennis rackets and stuff that they leave here in the field. So one of the things I was going to show you the other section here. I'll probably have to get that next week, but they got some kind of police investigation going on that have police dogs and everything else on the other side investigating something that happened. A lot of things that happen here is specifically like after hours, people tend to sneak in here. Even though they have locked gates, people tend to sneak in and do things that they shouldn't be doing. Like I've seen people sneak in and use the pool and stuff like that. But so I don't know. There must be some kind of investigation going on about something like that. The dogs are looking for something. Anyways, so we're gonna get this taken care of. That we do have the front area that we tend to also just weed whack and mow, but that's tend to be a gravel parking lot, so there isn't a lot there. But they do have quite a few buildings here that even up here there's a few buildings up at the top. They got a gazebo, and some of their buildings they store stuff. This is the back end of the property. I got a fence here. We got residents living back there. But I'll get this finished up, and we'll see you in the next job. Alright, so we are now heading to our last final job of the day. Unfortunately, we won't be able to video that one due to the respect for the client's privacy, but we will show you what the hill looks like. Amanda does not like going to this property.
As long as the camera doesn't fall. Yeah,
well, that could possibly be a thing and happen, but I don't have a way of mounting it too well in this vehicle here. Yeah, but this is a new client this year, and the road to get there is not ideal. So yes, and I'm being careful to say video and not film, seeing that film indicates reel-to-reel, and I'm sure there's very few people still using the reel-to-reel technology right now. But yeah. So what did you think when we first saw this this property?
I think the property itself is nice. I love the house and everything. It's just the road getting there. I was concerned about taking it, but David said, no, we can do it. And seeing as he drives, that's fine.
Yeah.
we have to take my truck, unfortunately, because his truck, the Silverado, is too big with the trailer to get into her driveway, because we have to back into her gravel driveway. So it's a little terrifying going up the hill and then backing in. So
Yeah, but we'll, yeah, and this mower is so heavy, it's like it pulls you down the gravel hill as you're backing in, so it's,
terrifying.
yeah, it's...
For me, anyway.
It's an interesting trip, to say the least. So,
But the lady is nice and sweet. She enjoys our work, so that's what counts, I guess. So
yeah, we'll make it work. And, yeah, we, luckily, this is our short week, because we will be off on Wednesday. And, fortunately, it's the hottest day of the heat wave that we're going to be off, and now they're talking potentially some strong to severe afternoon thunderstorms, but unfortunately the whole reason we're taking Wednesday off is we've got to make another trip to New Hampshire for a family funeral, and we just actually got back from Maine on Saturday, so
a day trip.
we took a day trip on Saturday. We usually like to vacation up there in Maine. You know, we belonged to a campground years ago, but now it's gotten so busy, and we've just gotten way too busy, and we can only afford to take day trips up there. And you know, this is actually the first time we got up to Maine in the last 4 years, I think, because it seems like every time we try to get up there, something comes up and we're just not able to make it. But we did. We got up there, and you know, well, it was fun. So we, you know, we were going to meet my sister up there, but she got busy with her kids and couldn't meet us, so we weren't able to meet her. But yeah, but the rest of the trip was fun. We got to go to Scoop Deck, and a landmark up there, that ice cream place that everybody knows about up in Maine. So if any of you watching has ever been up there and been to Scoop Deck, let us know. Would love to hear about it. But yeah, that's a favorite place of ours. Go up and get our seafood, and
every year, every time that David and his father get a lobster, it's funny because somehow David always ends up with the bigger lobster.
yeah, bigger lobster. But
Do you
yeah.
want me to hold the camera?
No, I'm good.
Are you gonna drive?
Oh, I'll manage.
Alright.
But
Coming up on the street.
yeah, we're heading right around this corner. Here is the street, and as you can see, Amanda's already getting nervous. So
Alright.
here it is.
All gravel.
Yeah, and it's hopefully
Narrow.
nobody is coming the opposite direction, because it's not going to be good to pass.
We get the right of way. We're bigger.
So yeah, she's freaking out already. But yeah, this is I don't know how people make it up this hill in the wintertime.
Well, we asked the lady, and she said, "No, I never had a problem."
Yeah.
I don't know how that is. I think you would either slide down, or I would just stay in the house, probably. Stock up with all the supplies before winter. I guess it was her brother's house, or her uncle's house, I don't remember, but she said he was a hoarder. He's since passed, and they had to recently clear out the whole house. It's a gorgeous house from the outside anyway, but I would not like to drive this street every day.
Alright, well, we got by the worst part of it, so alrighty. We'll go get this one done and head back, and we'll see you on the next round.
Alright everybody, we're at this last job. And this, I want to show you how we have to back into the driveway, which I find so terrifying because the mower is heavy. He said he could do this without me directing him, so can see how the truck is sliding. Get over here. There's the house. That was pretty smooth, actually. I guess we're getting better at this. I think this house is so adorable. But again, this driveway and street scares me.
Alright everybody, well, that's our first trip out for week 1. Thanks for watching. We'll have more videos coming up. As far as the next one, we're going to be cleaning the equipment, and then we'll be going on another week. Because the other machine is down, we got backed up a little bit, so we'll have tons of jobs coming up this coming week. Thanks for watching.